Hello, class. My name is Aaliyah Brown, and this is my Week 2 narrated presentation. For my first slide here, I have pictured two of California's federal senators, which are Alex Padilla. He represents the Democratic Party, as well as LaFonza Butler, and she also represents the Democratic Party. For San Bernardino's member of Congress, we have Mr. Pete Aguilar, where he represents the 33rd Congressional District of California. Aguilar was also reelected last year in 2022. He also represents the 118th Congress representative. His title is basically the chair of the House of the Democratic Caucus. Here's just a map of what I later discussed in the last slide. And the congressional district, which is the 23rd district, is overlapped with different congressional districts, as well as boundaries for those counties. And then also it's subdivided with urban areas, as well as neighborhoods, which include roads, public lands, as well as parks and forests, which we don't have that many in this district, unfortunately. Also, a couple of Indian reservation areas, also known as our casinos, that are locally in our area, as well as military installations that involve museums and other landmarks and things and such. And then it also is covered with water areas and specific landmarks similar to Lake Arrowhead. For our state senator is representing us would be Rosalie Ochoa. She represents the 23rd Senatorial District. She covers areas such as San Bernardino, Yucaipa, Los Angeles counties as well, and the cities in between those. Here's just a map of the 23rd State Senate District, and this is basically the profile, and where the orange is, that signifies where we are on that specific map, and everything else is gray is the areas that do not count and are not affiliated with California's 23rd State Senate District. One of our state assembly members currently would be James Ramos, while he represents the 45th district, which includes areas such as Fontana, Highland, Mentone, Redlands, Rialto, and San Bernardino, which are all areas located within the Inland Empire. And here's just a map of the district assembly, where it covers a large portion of the San Bernardino area, as well as the following cities. We have Rialto, a big portion of Rialto, and a small chunk of Bloomington, while as Bloomington is considered to be a part of the city of Rialto. We also have a small chunk of Highland and a big area near Running Springs and Del Rosa, while it also covers a big section of Mentone and Werner in the top portion of Redlands, whereas it connects to Highland, and then it goes further up on the upper left-hand side towards Little Creek and Scotland, and stops just about before we get to the Cajon Junction. Here is a snippet of the California State Constitution, the 4th edition. This is just kind of a preface of what you would see if you were reading anything affiliated with the Constitution. And on the last slide here that ends my presentation, this is just a California constitutional brief about whether or not it contains any religious undertones in the first few sections of the Constitution. And during my research, I came across that the first sections of the U.S. Constitution do not directly mention God or doesn't include any religious undertones, but the state constitutions do reference God or the divine, because God appears in the Declaration of Independence and the Pledge of Allegiance, where we all say under God. And it also violated the First Amendment's proscription that implies that Congress makes not law respecting establishments of religion, meaning they don't speak about religion directly. It's more so of an indirect thing. And lastly, right here, the Ninth Circuit found unlawful California school district policies encouraging public students to utter the words under God as a part of the teacher-led daily recitals of the pledge, which, like I said, goes against the main purpose of the First Amendment. So definitely why it was worked on being changed, but for my further research, I wasn't exactly sure. It didn't give me a clear understanding or whether or not it was changed. And I'm pretty sure it wasn't. And it didn't really create a bigger impact to where we would recite the Pledge of Allegiance differently. And that is basically my week 2 embedded presentation. Thank you.